Hey, it's Drone Excursion with another diversion. What's up, guys? How's it going? It is Saturday, and once again, I'm trying to keep my tradition of doing a Saturday morning video. Again, I cannot live stream from my phone anymore because YouTube changed the rules. Now you have to have at least 1,000 subscribers to be able to do that. But that's okay. I'm just gonna record these videos as if I'm live streaming. I'm not gonna, try to edit things and make it different, just for the sake of making it look more professional or whatnot. I don't really care about that stuff. But I have some new stuff I wanted to share with you. Well, first of all, last time I was talking on my video, I was talking about how I was going around and just being real blunt with people and just asking for new subscribers on my channel. It was kind of fun, actually. If you guys have a YouTube channel and you need more subscribers, it's kind of fun and maybe a good little experiment to just go ahead and go up to people and just say, hey, I need some more subscribers on my channel, and just ask them to subscribe, and then it just kind of gets the conversation going and maybe sparks a little interest in what your channel is, and if they're into it, they'll subscribe, right? So anyway, so as I was doing that though, I realized that my name, Drone Excursion, the way I had it on the YouTube account, wasn't necessarily coming up in the search engine. So when people would ask me, okay, what's the name? I say Drone Excursion. So then they start typing in on their phone, looking it up, drone, right? And then they would put a space, and then they would start typing the word excursion, which is spelled E-X-C-U-R-S-I-O-N. And then of course I'd have to correct them and be like, no, it's actually just one word and there's no E. So it's just drone, D-R-O-N-E-X-C-U-R-S-I-O-N. So anyway, like I think the name's good and all, but I realized that it's hard to get people to even find me on YouTube. So what I simply did is I started, doing a little research, and I started typing in Drone Excursion with a space, for example. And if you type it in with a space, D-R-O-N-E space E-X-C-U-R-S-I-O-N, that's not how I spell it, by the way. Then another channel comes up. Okay, so that's not a good thing. So if you type it D-R-O-N-E space X-C-U-R-S-I-O-N, then actually my channel does come up. So I changed the name. All I did was add a space. So it's no longer just one word, and one E. Now it's two words and still just one E at the end of drone. So drone space, the letter X, C-U-R-S-I-O-N. All I did was add the space, but by doing that, it's way easier to find me on YouTube, and it's easier to explain to people how to find me on YouTube. So anyhow, I changed my name. All right, so there's that. Okay, what else is new? I got a new car. Yeah, woohoo! So if you can't already see it behind me, I ditched the Audi Q5 for a 2019 Honda Clarity. So let's show you a little bit my new car. This thing is so rad. I love it. Here it is. This is the 2019 Honda Clarity, and I really, really like it a lot. I don't know if you guys have seen these on the road. I think 2018 was the first year that they were selling them, and this is the 2019 model, which is exactly the same. But yeah, man, this car is so cool. So they make three versions. They make a plug-in hybrid, which is the one I've got. They also make a fuel cell, and they also make an all-electric version. So this is the plug-in hybrid, and just running on electricity, if I want to, I can get about 50 miles. And then, it starts kicking in with the gas. It only has a 7-gallon gas tank. So if you have it fully charged and you are running with a full tank of gas, you will actually get about 400 miles, which is fantastic. But with the type of driving that I do, I think I have yet to use any gas. I have only just been plugging it in like every 3 days or so, and it's been totally fine. So yeah, this is my new car. It's rad. It's super rad. So here's a little info if you guys are ever debating getting a plug-in hybrid or a hybrid, any of that kind of stuff, a fuel cell car. There's a lot of rebates and incentives in doing this. So with let's see, with California, the state of California alone, you can get $1,500 back. It's an actual rebate from what I can tell. Well, I'm not exactly sure. It's either a rebate or it's a tax credit. It's a tax credit from the federal, but with California, it's either a rebate or a tax credit. But anyhow, $1,500 you get back. And then let's see here. But you know how a lot of people get those carpool stickers on their car? Well, with California, it's either the $1,500 or the availability to get that carpool sticker. So for me, I don't even drive on the freeways hardly at all. So I'm like, dude, I'll take the $1,500. That's fine. So I applied for that. Okay, so then with Edison, that's my local electric company, Edison gives you $1,000. So that's rad, because now I guess, you know, obviously you're going to be charging and using their power, and they're sucking you in by giving you the $1,000 incentive so that you'll pay them even more than that over the course of owning the vehicle. But anyhow, you get $1,000 from Edison, and then here's the big one. From the federal government, you get $7,500 as a tax credit. Okay, so now let's explain that a little bit. There's a big difference between a tax credit, a tax rebate, and a tax deduction. So it's an actual tax credit. So what that means is, let's say at the end of this year, and I go to do my taxes, if I owe $7,500 or more, then this because I bought this car, that's going to come off. $7,500 is going to completely come off of what I owe, and I will owe zero. Let's say I owed $5,000, then I'm only going to get $5,000 of tax credit because I bought this car. They will not pay you the difference. They will not write you a check. You know, let's say I owed nothing. Let's say I broke even on my taxes, and then I put in that I got this car. They're not going to send me a check for $7,500. That's not how it works. So what I do, and the workaround with that is on my checks. You know how you can claim how many people you're deducting, or I forget what it's called, but basically you kind of guess on how much they should be taking out of your check every week or every month or however you get paid. Well, I go ahead and increase that number so they're taking less money out of my checks, so that at the end of the year I will owe at least $7,500, and then when I put in that I got this car, that's going to come right off. So yeah, basically you are getting $7,500, but you kind of have to work the system a little bit to get the full credit. So anyhow, that's basically $10,000 right there off of the price of this vehicle. And at the dealership I was at, they were asking, I think it was $34,000, and so I got it down to about $30,000, you know, negotiating, and then $10,000 off of that brings it down to $20,000. So this is a rad car for $20,000 when you consider how much gas you're going to be saving. I think most people wind up saving between like $1,500 and like $2,000 a year in fuel costs or something like this. That's significant. So and this car is rad. It has so many cool features. It has Android Auto. It has Apple CarPlay. So you know, you just plug in your phone, and all your phone information comes up on the screen. And it's all right there, plays your music, all your mapping and all that kind of stuff. It's super high tech. It has stuff where it's like, you know, lane departure assist or something like that, where it basically won't crash. Let's say you were super tired and you were driving on the freeway or something. Let's say you fell asleep. This car isn't going to crash itself, because let's say you dozed off. It'll actually stay in the lane that you're in. It'll drive itself, and then if let's say you're about to hit a car in front of you, it'll hit the brakes for you. Not that you would ever want to rely on these things, but it's a great safety feature just to know that you probably aren't going to crash and kill yourself if you somehow fell asleep or, you know, got distracted or whatever. So anyhow, rad car. The only thing I have left to do is I want to tint the windows on it before summer hits, because you know, obviously that'll keep it cooler, and I think it'll look really nice. I like that whole white car with the black trim, the black windows and all that. So anyhow, new car, yay, woohoo! So what else is new? Let's see here. I wrote it down because I wanted to not forget here. Oh yeah, I got a new drone. Yeah, so a lot of people are getting into these what are called like tiny whoop class drones, and they're just like real small little ones, right? But the new thing about the small ones is now you can record in HD video. You actually have a little SD card that you put in the drone, and you can record like 1080p, like 60 frame a second type of video to the SD card. So yeah, that's a really, really neat feature, because these little drones are not all that intimidating to most people. You can fly them probably around like a park with a playground. Even if there's kids there, like they're just gonna think it's funny instead of it being like super noisy and like super scary to most people. So you can get some really, really unique footage with something like this. So let me show you this. The one I got is the let's see, it's called the Cinebee from iFlight. This is the Cinebee. I think it's called the 75D or something like that. So check this little guy out. This is the iFlight Cinebee, and this thing is so cool. Let me put it in my hand so you can kind of get a little reference for how small it is. Oh, how cute! Look at that little guy. Oh. But yeah, this little guy records in HD video. So for the longest time, and still the standard is, if you wanted to get good quality HD video from your drone, you would have to put like a GoPro or some other kind of like, you know, high-end, some other kind of high-end, you know, digital camera on your drone. Because the thing is, with these drones, you are usually flying with goggles on, right? So because you're wearing goggles, you need to have like a live feed coming from the drone, from the camera, that you see, you know, where you're going. And so how that works is the camera that is giving you that feed to your goggles is actually an old kind of technology. It's analog. It's an analog signal, and it's not usually all that great in terms of video quality. It's fine. It's perfectly good to fly. In fact, it's pretty good. It's better than you'd think. But the purpose for that is that there's no latency. There's no delay between when that camera is getting the signal and when it gets to your goggles. If there was any kind of delay, you probably couldn't fly very well. You wouldn't be able to do tricks, because it's like, let's say there's like a half a second delay. By the time that signal gets to your goggles, like you already hit the tree and you didn't even know it because it's too late, you know? So people would, if they wanted to, they would record that signal, that video feed from the analog signal. They could record it to their goggles, and that's fine, and people upload that and it looks okay. But if you want actual HD quality video, then you got to go a different route. You got to go with like I said, a GoPro or something. So people still will do both, you know? So here's, for example, my Smooth Operator. So this has the same little analog FPV camera on the bottom, right there. That's how I see where I'm going. But then here I'm on the top, I've got my Hero 7 Black, and that's how I actually get my really nice looking footage that I post on YouTube and all that. So the workaround, the new way that these little micro ones are doing it is you're getting the same analog and digital video, HD video signal coming from one camera. So there's actually like a whole like circuit board on here on the bottom that records the HD video. So basically what happens is the video splits from the camera. There's one line that goes to the DVR, you know, so you can record on a SD card, and then the other line that goes to your video transmitter, which goes to the goggles. And they're able to make it all pretty small, and again, this thing is tiny, so I can get some really unique footage with this little guy. So anyhow, that's my new one. If any of you are considering getting something like this, this I think would be a really, really good way to start. If you're trying to get into the hobby and you just don't know what to get something like this. Just look up like Cinewhoop, like Google the word Cine, C-I-N-E, Whoop, W-H-O-O-P, or you know, this is called a Cinebee, technically, the model. And yeah, I don't know, this is a fun way to start. You can get some really unique footage with this little guy. It's not super powerful, like I can do tricks with it and stuff, but I'm not gonna probably be able to do like Matty flips and whatnot, but but this is pretty rad. This is going to be a lot of fun. All right, so yeah, new car, new drone, new YouTube name. Okay, so yeah, I do want to do another little giveaway here. Oh man, I need to drink some water. Woo! My voice is crapping out on me, but here again, I'm not gonna like redo this video. I'm just gonna keep going like we're live here. Ugh. Woo! Ah, that's nice. All right, keeping it real. So, yeah. So what I'm giving away is I don't think it's all that great, but you know, whatever. I'm not judging. People need different things, and people want different things, and can put to use different things better than I can probably. So it's not a drone, but it's something that people would generally use with a drone. So these are they're not, I don't know what you would call these, but these are basically sunglasses, right? But what they did is on one eye, they put a little FPV monitor inside. So these are from a company called EyeTop, EYETOP. I don't know much about them. I got these from a guy where I bought all of his FPV, all his drone gear about a year ago, and they're decent quality and stuff. Like, they work. So I don't know. It's hard to explain. So I think the reason these came to be was because, all right, legally speaking, you're not supposed to wear goggles and fly a drone FPV without a spotter. Okay, unless the rules change, I think that's still the way it is. So there's the difference between FPV and LOS. LOS means line of sight. So generally speaking, for the longest time, most people flew, you know, as a hobby, they flew planes, they flew drones, line of sight. So that means you're holding a controller, you're not wearing goggles, and you're just watching it go around, and you're just, you know, that's how you fly it. And that's fine. That's a very fun way to fly. But that gives you the availability to not only see your drone, but to see any obstacles around. Let's say there was a plane coming or a helicopter coming, you would see it and you'd be able to get out of the way really quickly. So as far as the FAA goes, you know, they don't like that idea necessarily. Because when you're wearing goggles, right, and all of a sudden you can't see anything around yourself, all you can see is the view coming from your drone. And that view is generally, you know, just straightforward. You can't necessarily see behind you or, you know, to the sides at all. So, I think the workaround, the idea behind these goggles was that, I should say glasses. I don't know if I want to call them goggles or not, but these glasses. So the thing is, it's on one side, they're just like regular sunglasses. You can see out of your left eye through the lenses just normal. But on the other side, like I said, it's got a little digital FPV monitor in there. So you can do both. You can do both with these. You can wear these and fly your drone around FPV legally speaking. That's, I guess, the point of these. And I don't know. I've never tried them. I know they work. I plugged them in last night and everything works. But, you know, being that I already have nice quality FPV goggles, I'm not going to use these versus those at all. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. But they work. So if somebody thinks they can put these to use, they're yours. Okay, let me just put them on and show you what they look like. You want to see a dorky guy look really dorky? All right, here we go. Check this shit out. All right, here we go. All right, so this is what they'll look like on you. You want to look super cool like me? There you go. You got to get it on the contest. So, dude, again, this hobby is not about looking cool. This is all just about having fun, you know. But this is, I guess the little cable could go up behind your ear here, and yeah. So I look like I don't know. Do I look like the Terminator or something? So I've got a little screen I can see right here in my right eye, and yeah, you could definitely fly your drone with these on. The screen, I mean, the field of view is really small, but you could definitely do it. There's you know, if you don't have any goggles at all and you just want to get something to fly with, these would be fine. If you're trying to, you know, fly legally without having a spotter or something like that, and you want to, you know, kind of get around the law, that's exactly, I think, what these were made for. I can see in front of me, I can see you guys now, and I can also see, because of this, if I had a live feed in here, I could see myself flying too. So it's really kind of cool, but again, I'm not going to use these. So who wants them? Let's hear it. All right, so they come like that. They have a cable that runs out, and then what it is that you've got this little this little audio video adapter kind of a thing that gives them power. So if you have a video receiver, an analog video receiver that would receive the signal from your drone, from the FPV video transmitter, then you just line that into here. It's got the line in. I think it even has does it have yeah, it has audio too. It has video and audio, but I don't know how you're gonna deal with the audio. I don't think there's a speaker, but anyway, you just line into there, and you're good. You can adjust the brightness and the contrast and all that kind of stuff, but this basically gives it the power and gives it the availability to receive the signal. There's not a video receiver built into this. You have to line into it, but it comes with a little case that you can put on your belt if you want to, and you can just be set up to use it. So anyhow, if that's something you can use, get in on the contest. You know, it doesn't have to be for a drone. I mean, you could potentially use it for anything, really. I mean, I don't know what else you would use it for, but obviously they're sunglasses, so you'd be outside probably using them. It's not like you're going to be sitting inside the house like playing a video game wearing them. I mean, I guess you could, but that would be kind of, I mean, they're weird enough as it is, but really you're gonna stoop to that kind of weird level? Really? Okay, so I'm so stupid. I seriously, I say the dumbest stuff, and I like make myself laugh, and then I make myself cough, and I need some more water. Okay. So that's the contest. That is the giveaway, I should say. So again, these, if you want to Google them, they're called EYETOP, EYETOP. I have no idea what they're worth. I bet they don't even make them anymore. They're probably, you know, a year or two old. Whatever, they work. So if you want to win them, let's have you guys reference my last video. So last Saturday evening, I posted a quick one flight video, and in that video I did something that I'd never done before in terms of doing a trick, and I did it towards the end of the video. It should be very obvious what it was. I kind of did it twice, actually, if you want to think of it that way. But in this video, on the comments, simply post what I did, what was the trick, and you will be eligible to win these sunglass / FPV goggles, whatever you want to call them. Okay, so I'll give it about a week or so. I don't know how many people are going to get in on this contest. I'm guessing not very many, especially being that on my last contest, when I actually gave away a nice drone, there was only one person. There was one person that paid attention and seemed to want it, which is great. You know, I'm happy for them, but I was really surprised. When I do these contests, usually there's like a good 10 people or whatever. They're like, oh dude, okay, and they put a comment and they try to win. I don't know, again, I'm not sure if my channel is getting the right exposure or what. But on that last video, I was pretty surprised that nobody seemed to catch on. So on this one, let's see if we can change that a bit. Okay, wow, this sun is really bright. I have it in my face because if I turn around the other way, oh yeah, no, you can't see me at all. Not that you need to see me, you just it just doesn't look right. It's just all dark now. Okay, I could barely see what I'm doing here. But anyhow, so on this contest, I want to give it to somebody. If you can use them, let me know. And then on my next contest, I'm pretty sure I'm going to give away another drone. I've got one that's almost ready to go. I want to give it away as like a bind and fly type of a drone, where you just need to have a controller and you bind it up to it, and you should be airborne. But it's one that I crashed and I still need to fix it. So anyhow, on this one, we're giving away these goggles. All right, anything else going on? I'm trying to think. Anything else I need to run my mouth about? No, that's good. So new YouTube name, Drone Space Excursion, spelled X, you know, obviously as it always was, but the letter X, C-U-R-S-I-O-N. Hopefully that that gets more attention. If people are searching for me, they actually find me in the list. New name, new car, new drone, and new giveaway. Yeah, those are the 4 things I wanted to cover today. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna actually do a little flying before I have to go into work, and that's about it. Have a great day. Good luck to you if you want these goggles. And as always, you need a diversion. Take a drone excursion. Yeah, man. Have a good one. See you on the next one. Take care.